In this episode, we're making haterade. So original plan with this truck, I was gonna paint it, make it nice. Even before I was planning to make it a dually, I was gonna, because most of the body work was done. Gonna finish up the body work, the best of my abilities, and give it a quick paint job. Nothing show truck or anything, but hopefully a decent, nice street truck. Look good going down the street. And then I still plan to do that. I want to put the record deck on, but record deck's really rough, and paint and bodywork's expensive. Well, bodywork's not expensive if you do it yourself, but paint's still expensive when you do it yourself. And I got all these things here to make her extra greasy. So doors are already mixed matched, and I got this awesome hood here that's half sanded down and then side outside as surface rust. I got a screw on cowl induction hood that can go on that. And I forgot I had this in my garage. I don't know where my brother got it, but when he moved, he said, "Have this, it's in my way." And it's just been sitting in my garage, waiting to piss people off. And now is its time. Obviously, I'm not going to have it that tall. 3 feet above the cab is just ridiculous, especially since it's going to be a trail truck. That'll get ripped off in no time. So I'll cut it down, probably just slightly above the height of the roof. But it's already pissing people off. All I did was just post a picture on Facebook, and a buddy of mine's upset about it. It's a gasser with a stack, but I want to keep the exhaust out of the mud and piss people off. So there's my hater pipe. I think I might actually even spray paint that down the side of it, make a stencil of hater pipe going up the side of it. Oh, this truck's gonna piss people off. It's excellent. Now that the record deck's out of here, I got tons of room. So I'm finally going through stuff, because I can access this shelf now. Emptied out the dually box, but I'm gonna fill it up now that it's on the cart. And then I'm gonna start going through all this stuff. Somewhat organized. I got OBS stuff, square body stuff, Pathfinder project. Wife stuff's up tucked around there. But I got lights up there and light bulbs for it down there, and camping gear up there, camping gear across over there. So when I first moved in, I didn't have time to arrange it, so now I got time. And I got a decision to make. This is off of the dually, if you guys saw that video. Said it was possibly going on the S10 if I ever work on that again. But I totally forgot. I got this thing. It's off of my Golf, big fart can. So now I got a decision to make. Thrush, rusted out thrush, crappy fart can. What will make the 2.2 liter sound better? Holy cow, it's looking better in here. Finding stuff on the shelves that I forgot I had. Organizing everything on there. Making room. Yeah. Gonna have room to rebuild the big block. I use the dually box tailgate as a workbench if nobody buys it. It's got random crap in it that I can get out quickly if somebody wants to take a look. Yeah. Alright, I got the garage and the record deck actually both somewhat cleaned up, so I think it's actually fairly presentable for a tour now of the record deck and the garage. Well, there she is in all her glory. Got her up nice and high right now so I can sweep all under there. Just got it up with come along right now. Okay, here's the battered and tattered sling. There's some beautiful welding. This whole thing is just SEMA quality, as you'll see later. Gonna have to deal with that. I think I'm gonna have to take this out, cut that end off, and drill it just a little farther down. Oh, this is horrible down here. It's all wavy and rotted, and it's got a trailer hitch hole that's kind of somewhat cut out from the back horribly, but it looks like it was cut out with a torch. So I think I'm gonna cut all this off right at the bottom of this. I don't like how I can't remove this, so I might drill some holes so I can put some bolts through, and then cut all those welds off. Some more of those great welds. And this one's really decent, but and then I think from back here I'm gonna angle it up. It doesn't have such a high corner for going on the trails. Angle it up to probably about here, just above that marker light, then I can get rid of that. Cut her straight across. Do a little bit with the wheel well. And, this toolbox has got to go. On this side, I think is going to be my compressor, or air tank. It won't be a compressor, just be an air tank. Over there will be the winch controls and my hater pipe. And then if I need, that toolbox is got to go too. And then if I need tool storage space, I measured this guy. I'll fit right across there. I'd put it on the driver's side, but the compressor is a little higher, so I don't want it to block my view for shoulder checking. And also, gas tank's on the driver's side. I'm on the driver's side. I want to try to balance weight a little bit. At least that's the plan. I might get different toolboxes or make something. Or depends on how much equipment I want to carry with me. I'm trying to be aware of weight because I am aware this is going to be heavy and it is going to be on the trails. Some more awesome welding right there. They blew through. Some of this is actually a record deck, like the boom, and some of this is homemade. There's another beautiful welder right there. You guys were worried about my welds on the frame. As you can see, there's chains. This is why I got it hung up with the come along. There's chains which are wedged in the pulley block there. It's supposed to be a cable. Apparently this one was a hand crank one. You can see it there. Some of it's cut off and removed, but it would have been a hand crank. And then there's supposed to be pulleys up here, go to there. Might do something like that at some point, but I think for now I'm just gonna use the chain, not in the pulley block though. I like to weld and bolt it to the boom there and then mount it down here, and then eventually I'll get a secondary winch back there that'll go up to a pulley and up and back down so I can raise it up and down. For now, just in the garage, the come along works. There's the big winch. Really tempted just to pull the free spool and let that drop down. Maybe we'll do a video of that later. Yeah, here's my headache rack that I've had on pretty much every truck I've ever not necessarily ever owned, but every daily driver truck. So I think I'll modify it, put it on here, especially since this is going to be an off-road truck. It's always good to have a headache rack in case a chain snaps, or I don't like to use chains, I use straps for pulling, but you never know. Straps still break too. So yeah, that's the wrecker deck. That's the plan for it. Might cut along the bottom here a little bit too. Angle it down, kind of a mini boat side or something. I'm not sure. Don't know what I'm gonna do for marker lights yet. I gotta go to Princess Auto at some point. Try to figure out my filler neck too. Probably just try to use the factory one, and right there. Probably try to use that one, bend it up to here or something, depending on where the fuel nozzle reaches and where my compressor goes. Or I might have to make a whole new one or extend that one. We'll just have to see. Anyways, now that we're in here, here's part A of my garage. I call this the shop. It's 25 by 13 feet or 14 feet. So there's like no power in here except one plug back there. And that's the only light other than my portable ones. It used to be an RV pad beside the garage, and then it was built into what it is today. The shop door goes all the way up for extra height if I need it, and that flap can come out. It's nailed in right now apparently, but yeah, I can flop that up and get some extra height if I need it, which is good for my big mud trucks I plan on building. A little bit of storage up there. Fricked door. That honestly said that when I moved in. I don't know, but that's why I call it Fricked Garage. And here's regular garage, the 2-car. Still got to get rid of all that pile there. That's all scrap, except the door. As you guys know, if you watched my previous videos, I still got to go on the truck. All my scrap over there. There's still Honda engines under there. Blech. Makes me gag that there's Honda engines in here. Lots of power in here. Got 220 for that big compressor we bought. Awesome toolbox. Yeah. There's the garage. Now that it's somewhat organized. Once this dually box gets out of here and that scrap's out of here, it won't be too bad. This is why my garage is better than yours.